not low. If he goes there, it's not low. You're good. Let's go. Touch him up.
8 rounds in the super middleweight division. Steve Rolls coming off of his most impressive victory over Damon Nicholson back on June 9th. A bout that was televised on Showtime, taking on Andrei Saralegui out of Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico.
And he won a split decision in his last fight. Tough, hard-earned victory.
Well, for Steve Rolls, he's 33 years of age, so the process to move him up the ranks has to be a little bit quicker than someone who is 25, 26.
Nice, heavy-handed body shot there from Andrei. Now, Andrei turned pro in 1999, so 18 years ago. And he has 12 fights. So it's an understatement if I say he's not busy enough in his career.
Well, he's been absent away from the ring for 2 years as Andrei went ahead in his last matchup. He suffered a first-round stoppage at the hands of Jesse Hart. Also was inside the ring against former world champion Ricardo Mayorga.
Yes, a very old Ricardo Mayorga.
No doubt.
A very heavy Mayorga, and he lost that fight.
Yes, he was stopped in the 5th round. Was Saralegui. But for Steve Rolls, it's impressive to not only defeat Saralegui, but to look impressive in the process, especially against an opponent who has been wiped out by the names of Jesse Hart and Ricardo Mayorga, and as you pointed out, a very old Ricardo Mayorga.
No, exactly. And Jesse Hart needs to actually have that perfect performance tonight. If he doesn't have the perfect performance, he's going to get criticized.
When we see that the super middleweight division, especially with the absence of Badu Jack going up to the light heavyweight division, it is certainly there for the taking. There are quite a bit of names out there, but you know, Steve Rolls can go ahead and really elevate himself into the top 5 if he's active towards the end of this year and early next year. And that victory for him over Damon Nicholson was very big, and it was an impressive W, as Nicholson at that point was undefeated.
And he also faced, 2 years ago, in 2015, he faced undefeated Steve Woodall, which he looked very impressive against. Nice right hand, was able to knock out Woodall for the vacant NEBF title.
And Rolls is very good shape. I don't think there's an ounce of fat on him, so aesthetically wise, he is passing the eye test.
Yeah, he is campaigning though at a heavier weight. His primary weight will be junior middle or even middleweight. So he is fighting at a heavier weight.
Well, him fighting at 160, I mean, you have the likes of Gennady Golovkin and obviously Canelo Alvarez, but also you have Jamal Charlo, who's now fighting at 160 as well. Billy Joe Saunders, Danny Jacobs, David Lemieux. So plenty of high-level opposition, but first, Steve Rolls has got to get past Andrei Saralegui at the end of the first. As we see Steve Rolls, first round seemed to be controlled by Rolls, the 33-year-old who resides in Toronto.
Right, nothing much there from him, but he controlled the first round, that is.
And if you are Andrei Saralegui, what are you hoping to see as you advance into the second round?
I think he needs to get closer. Get closer. It appears that he has heavy hands. So get closer. Start to work the body. Punch the ribs. Just let Rolls know that, you know, it's not going to be an easy night for him.
Getting set for the second round, and we see somewhat of some redness on the face of Andrei Saralegui. No sort of cuts or bruises whatsoever. Steve Rolls didn't get clipped with anything of substance. Second round scheduled for 8.
And this is what Andrei cannot do, is back up. He needs to either stand his ground and fight when Rolls tries to attack, or he needs to push Rolls back. He stands 0 chance, I believe, if he backs up.
And if you're Steve Rolls, he should be using his jab more to try to fluster Saralegui. in order to land power punches, because I think it's clear that Saralegui, his reflexes aren't the best.
You're being kind. I wouldn't say that. I would say he's slow as hell.
But he is one of those guys that, at some point, they can go ahead and they have this old strength, is what I would like to say. And sometimes they can surprise you with that just raw determination. Whenever they get the gusto to throw a big power shot, sometimes they land and they connect.
And I think that will benefit him in terms of being tough. The toughness, the nice body shot that bothered him.
And now Saralegui is retreating backwards. He
got
was
hit
hurt.
with a right hand to the ribs, the kidney area, and he reacted.
And typically Mexican fighters don't show anything. It has to take a big shot for them to show signs on their face and the wear. But Steve Rolls may have found something. He should be attacking more of the body.
Yes, exactly. He should go right back downstairs.
He's jabbing right to the midsection of Saralegui. Saralegui stepping forward and threw a wild shot, but...
See, Rose don't have to step back when Andrei punches, because he can see those shots coming, blocking and counter, or beat him to the punch as his punch is trying to get there. He shouldn't be backing up. Rose, that is.
Under a minute remaining in the second round. And because Rolls is the bigger, stronger man, should he be trying to push Andrei against the ropes to try to throw his body combinations? And then I think if he has him against the ropes, he could have him in some deep trouble and maybe get him out of there.
Actually, right, exactly. Back him up. Which I said in the first round, Andrei shouldn't be backing up, but that's what Steve Rolls need to do, is back him up.
Because I think it is evident to us that, and now Saralegui says, come on, I want you to fight. He's trying to maybe bait him into throwing something crazy, but now Saralegui is coming forward, and you got to love it. And as we talked about, that gusto, we're starting to see it here at the end of the second.
He made that choice, that decision to fight. He's not going to try to box with him. He want to try to just fight.
Round 2 is in the books. And here is some of the action from the second.
Well, Steve Rolls is able to throw some combinations and back up Andrei, which benefits him if the Mexican keeps backing up. Keep his hands moving, head, body, and he had success there. Not hard shots by Rolls, but he's just letting the punches go, and he's landing.
When everything with Steve Rolls is fluid, even though he has a very strong base when it comes to physique-wise, I mean, he has a lot of muscle, but he's throwing everything fluid. It doesn't seem like the muscle that he has is impeding his speed or his reflexes at all.
No, I would agree with that. I just don't think he's as sharp as he would like to be with his shots.
Round 3. Scheduled for 8. Steve Rolls, who's undefeated out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, 16-0 with 9 knockouts, taking on Andrei Saralegui out of Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico, and Los Mochis most notably being the home of Jorge Arce, former world champion in the flyweight division there.
Now Andrei came out and he's trying to attack.
And that's a shot that bothered him, a right hand on the left side of the ribcage of Saralegui. And now Rolls is picking up the intensity, and he shot a straight right hand to the abdomen of Saralegui.
Yeah, now Drake has complained about that shot to the right side, to the kidney area, as being illegal, but
and now
referee's right on top of it.
Steve Rolls is pressing and driving Saralegui against the ropes. Saralegui gets off of it, but Rolls wants to put Saralegui right back against the ropes, but Saralegui coming forward, pushes a right cross that misses. And I wonder, Steve Rolls is opening up his mouth a lot. I don't know if it's that his ears are clogged or something like that. What do you think that is, Brian?
It could just be his normal way of...
just mannerisms?
Yeah, breathing out of his mouth. You know, sometimes people breathe out their nose. Guys breathe out of their mouth. If you notice every time he punches, he makes that hissing sound. Just breathing out of his mouth.
And they're asking for a left hook in the corner of Saralegui. They are begging him to throw a left hook. And a left hook that connected by Steve Rolls.
Right, Steve Rolls. Delayed reaction. So that should have been a knockdown.
And it is not. I'm surprised that Joey Lupino did not call it a
knockdown. With a left hook.
It was like almost like a short circuit that they talk about, Brian.
Right.
and he went to the canvas, but Joey Lupino missed it. So it could have been a 10-8 round, but you can see that Rolls is starting to really take over.
Yeah, he's certainly trying to take charge and take control.
Joey Lupino watching the action. Steve Rolls trying to really bring it into the night. A left hook, and down goes Saralegui, and this one is over. A paralyzing left hook to the body. Steve Rolls gets the victory in impressive fashion, improving to 17-0 with 10 knockouts.
Not bad. Don't know what took him so long. But not
you
bad.
got some high standards, my friend. I mean, that was before the midway point of the fight. So,
no, but he looked sharp. Again, I don't think his punches were as fluent as he would like them to be. But he was attacking, backing up Andrei. And you can see referee just ready to step in. Left hook to the body, pinpoint. Perfect position with that left hook. Watch it, right in the kidney area. Boom. Down you go. I know a guy from this area that used to do that.
Oh,
paralyze you.
Absolutely.
Mickey Ward.
Exactly what we're talking about. I knew that was exactly what you were going to point out as Steve Rolls improves to 17-0. He will come back with more of Broadway Boxing from Boxing Woods Resort and Casino. Welcome back to Boxing Woods Resort and Casino. It is Broadway Boxing. Steve Rolls with an impressive stoppage against Andrei Saralegui. To get the official particulars, we'll send it to our ring announcer. Here's David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Joey Lupino calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 2 minutes and 17 seconds of round number 3. Your winner by TKO is still undefeated, Steve Mr. Rolls.
Steve Rolls, 17-0 with 10 knockouts, 2:17 of the third round. A vicious left hook to the body, sending Andrei Saralegui to the deck.
He found